So small green day for me today, especially on FOMC. I can't complain about that. I probably mismanaged my trade a little bit, but you know what? At the end of the day, I moved my stop into profit, got stopped out in profit. You know, I'm up $300 across all three accounts, so I'm not mad at that at all. These are just part of the things of being a new trader, and especially when you have days like today and you're able to just walk away green, and the price action was just brutal right after. I could have seen people getting stuck in longs, stuck in shorts. You know, if you were going to be trying to trade today, you had to be on top of it. You had to be scalping, taking profits aggressively. And that's one thing I'm going to take away from today, is that I could have taken profits a little bit more aggressively and got, you know, probably double out of my trade. But like I said, again, end of the day, I'm green. It's a small green. You know, I'm up in the accounts a little bit, and it's FOMC, and I just as easily could have just taken a beating. So let's just get into what I was looking at the charts this morning. Go from there. Again, TopOne is having this sale, 55% off. I can't say it enough. You're not going to find a deal like this ever again. These 150K accounts for basically $359 it works out to, with the 55% off, and then you throw in that anytime payout add-on bonus, you're looking at literally about 65% in savings off of the total cost of that account. And then 6K of drawdown for that is just, that's unheard of. But let's, again, sorry, I get sidetracked here as I get excited about some of this stuff, but let's get into what I was looking at on the 15-minute chart when I got to the desk this morning. So getting to the desk this morning, I have my key levels marked out, my previous day's value area high, previous day's point of control, and previous day's value area low. That's these three levels here. And then up here at 57.1375, I have a naked point of control. I have this on my chart just as reference, as if we get some sort of bullish move, this could be a target. You know, it could be today, tomorrow, Friday, who knows, but definitely could get engaged. And me, I'm still leaning overall bullish in the market. As you can see, you know, we get these pullbacks here and here, but we still haven't taken out these lows. We had a bit of a down day yesterday, but again, you get these movements back up. And for me, this is just normal price action. You're getting, you know, price pull pushes up, you get a pullback. So until we slide and we really take out this low back here with some authority, I think again, I'm going to be leaning somewhat long. But you know, with the tariffs and all the news coming out, who am I to say anything? This thing could do whatever it wants to do, right? But I could see it. As you can see into the overnight session, we got this spike up, and this was on, I think, the U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent came out and said, or Bessent, sorry, Scott Bessent came out and said that they would be meeting with China. I believe it's this weekend, more or less. They're meeting with China. They're going to start talking about tariffs. Great news. Market loved it. You get this, you know, erases this whole move from yesterday down. Price opens up in the overnight session. We're above the start of day VWAP. Sellers take a little bit of control here. Buyers try to step back in. Sellers keep control. Now at the previous day's value area high, we find some support. Buyers try to step back in, and then we get this slide, obviously, down into the market open today. We've taken out previous day's point of control and previous day's New York VWAP. For me, I would really not start to get overly bearish until we took out this previous day's value area low. And as I opened Bookmap this morning, there was two key levels that stood out to me, and there was order sitting on both. 56.30, which is previous day's value area low, and 56.50, which is previous day's value area high. Austin made a very good point on stream this morning. He could see this thing chopping around within those two levels. He's not even looking at volume profile, but he just sees these levels on Bookmap, and he's saying, until either side of these levels get swept, I could see price just doing this. And you know what? When you look at it with the volume profile on, you could see that too. I took one trade this morning, one winner, a little bit of mismanagement. Let's get into the trade, and then I'm actually going to come back and we're going to have a look at the chart and how the rest of the New York session up until now, it is 1 p.m. New York time, how the session kind of played out. So let's have a look at the one trade. So this is the one trade I took. And as you can see here, market opens, Previous day value area low down here, previous day value area high around up here with the previous day's point of control here. And as you can see, it's just a little bit of chop into the market open, and sellers take control, buyers take control. This is where things got interesting. As we pinned the top of the opening range high and made these higher equal highs here, price all of a sudden decides to flip. And as I'm watching the CVD, it's not coming down much. The CVD is green and it hasn't flipped red yet. And as we take this New York VWAP, it looks like price has come here and we're going to want to do this. And if we take out this previous day value area low, we're going to do something like that. And I noticed price start to slow down really good here and the buyers step back in. And as the CVD started to climb again, it made me really curious as to if we can take the New York VWAP, previous day's VWAP, New York VWAP, and then the point of control, I could see this thing pushing higher, and I could see these orders at 56.50 being taken, which is the value area high. I decide, you know what? Everything is telling me to get long. I'm looking to take profits. Originally, I was thinking at 56.60, which was the next target above 56.50 if we took it. So that's kind of what I was looking at. I get long, just 5 micros. Again, I'm playing small size. It's FOMC. It's my second day trading back from the convention. I'm just trying to get into the flow of things. And what happens, you can see we take the previous day's point of control and we get a bullish push, and we've taken these 2 VWAPs. Next VWAP I'm going to be looking at is start of day. And as price pushed higher, I should have taken profits up here. First break of the range, we're at previous day's value area high. We fill the orders at 50. This is where I should have taken profit, but this is where greed kicked in for me, and now I'm looking at 60, and I originally had my markup with my take profit up at 60, and I just kind of got sidetracked. I didn't have my eye on it where I should have been watching these levels. And once we got up to here, I moved my stop up just below here, which is roughly 4.5 points. And immediately, price chops around here after taking these orders, and we have no follow through. Again, soon as we didn't get follow through on this candle, I should have looked to close immediately. But, I had small size and I was just looking at the P&L, and I kind of just let it kind of just take over my judgment. And instead of closing here, we come back, we get stopped out. I'm up $117. That's across, multiply that by 3, so it's like 340 or something on 3 accounts. But accounts locked out. I'm done for the day. I can feel myself, not wanting to tilt, but just to take more trades. So I can make another $100. I can make another $50. It's so easy to say in your head, and then as soon as you start clicking the buttons, like, I would have just got trapped in here, and I would 100% still been long. So I would have got long here, looking for 60 to fill again, sticking to that original thesis and then being stubborn. And as price chopped around almost to 60, would I have taken profit here? Probably not. I would have probably held on for 60 again. And I would have either taken a break even on it, or I would have got caught in this move down and taken a little bit of a loss. So in hindsight, in retrospect, it was great that I locked the account out. It was great that I was aware of the emotions and how I was feeling. And yeah, one and done on FOMC, and up $100 is still $100. It's $340 to be correct. What can you buy with $340? You can buy a lot of shit. Like, that's pretty damn good in my books, right? Like, you're going out for a nice dinner. So, one and done. Let's have a quick look at, I just wanted to show you guys kind of, where you can get stuck in all of this, price action, and how FOMC can be slow. And, when we look here, this is the 1 minute chart. This is since New York open. Market's still open, obviously, but you can clearly see you either got stuck up here and stopped out on one side. If you caught this move, really good for you. Now here, there is, some small scalps. If you're super aggressive, you can catch them. And, my hat goes off to you. There's actually one guy in the BSC that played, I believe it was this first scalp and this second scalp, and he pulled $600 out of the market or something on 2 trades. So like 1,500 on 2 trades or something. But anyways, just very precise and aggressive, and that's where it needs to be. And here again, you can see you could have taken some money out there. You could have maybe taken some money out there, and you're good. Or you could have just caught that down and be a real G. But look, and then now you're stuck down here. You're getting stopped out, right? So it's like, Hopefully, I could see people getting long probably here. I believe Austin got long there, and then, somebody trying to get short. And again, you could get long here. For me, you're making these higher lows. And even again, this is probably, I like this trade the best. So we come up, we chop around and consolidate under the New York VWAP. Buyers are trying to take control. Sellers are holding their ground fairly well, but they're not doing a ton of damage. Buyers get above it here. Sellers take back control, but now again, buyers shut them down at the opening range low versus getting sucked below it. Sellers step in again, buyers pull them, and this is where, the buyers are like, no, we're not getting below this previous day value or low. We're putting in a lower high, we're putting in a higher low, and back through the opening range, and it just kind of holds it here and consolidates for a second, then boom, all the way up. So if you had a low a day VWAP on, it would be something like that. I would look for that, break to the higher side, and now you're holding it nicely with these two higher lows, and there's a move up. And look at that, that's clean. That is, what is that? Call it 30 to 50, a 20-point move on a 20-point range is, bottom of the range to the top of the range. So that would have been a textbook setup for me. But again, I tend not to fight the VWAP, but this probably would have enticed me, that low a day hold. But but you can see it's just chop city. You can see where you could get stuck in the trade if you're trying to be overly aggressive and holding out for profits and not taking profits aggressively enough. How much of an oxymoron was that? But yeah, so coming back and looking at the calendar, it's not a huge week so far with the P&L, but I'm up 930 on the week, and I got 2 more days of trading, and then we're off for the weekend heading to Whistler for Mother's Day. So finish the week strong. These accounts that I'm trading them a little bit differently. I'm not looking to take a payout until I get about 10K of profit in each account. And, I'll take 3,500 out, which will leave me 6,500, and I'll get them back to 10K and do the same thing again and rinse and repeat 3 times and hopefully get called up to live, and then, carry that remaining balance into live, and looking forward to that. So yeah, FOMC, if you guys are still trading, have fun, keep it tight, and thanks for watching the video. Again, I'm always grateful to have you guys be a part of this journey. And click, subscribe, comment, follow me on my other socials. And I can't say it enough, and I'm going to say it again and sound like a broken record. This sale is going to end Friday. Get these accounts. You will never, ever see these kind of discounts again. $6,000 of drawdown for $359, and you're getting an anytime payout add-on for free. Like, it would be silly if you don't have a funded account and you're in the market to get a funded account to not get one of these. I just took a payout on them on the 1st of May, and literally less than 30 minutes, I had my payout in my bank account done. So super, super interesting. You guys got to jump on these offers while they're here. We're, as being profitable traders, it's a business, right? And we want to keep our business costs down. So deals like this are basically helping you keep those costs down, and just putting you in a better position overall, because you're not having to put up, X amount of dollars more up front. Imagine you're paying $6.99 for the account, and the guy trading beside you paid $3.59 for the account. Who's going to have more pressure on them, right? So that's kind of what I look at it, right? So it's the cost of doing business, and when there's sales like these and promotions, we really got to take advantage of it. If you walked into a car dealership and they said, we're going to give you 50% off this car today and not tomorrow, would you buy the car right away? Probably. If you're really interested in getting the car. I'm not saying you'd buy it because it's 50% off. I'm just saying, if you're really in the market for a car, would you wait that 24 hours, or would you take advantage of the deal? Because at the end of the day, money is money, and money does add up, and you can buy 2 accounts for the price of 1, basically. So enjoy the day. Play it safe if you still are trading, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Cheers.